will see Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The 49er offense about to go to work, and it's Jimmy Garoppolo, Charles, at quarterback.
And there he is, the man known as Jimmy G, Jimmy Garoppolo, who I thought had a really nice year in 2019. So close to culminating with a Super Bowl title. Accurate with the football, completed nearly 70% of his passes, which was 4th best in the NFL. Nearly 4,000 yards through the air with a team that runs the ball with great efficiency. 27 touchdowns, but in the Super Bowl, didn't quite make the plays they needed down the stretch. But remember, some big wins last year at New Orleans, at Seattle in Week 17, 2 playoff wins. He's continuing to develop as one of the better ascending players in the league.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future All-Pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 36. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field can...
Touchdown, 49ers! Raheem Mostert, 36 yards. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Good return. The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. And right away, he'll look to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, a 22.
And the Cardinals.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Here's Murray. And this one caught by Max Williams. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
First down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw is Murray. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down.
On the tackle. The tackle made back at the 37-yard line.
Throwing on second and long. Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's a
down at the 14 for second and 5. Now Murray. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Hakeem Butler there, but it'll be second and goal. On second and goal, Murray. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
And now third and goal following incompletions on first and second down. Throwing again, Murray. Fourth down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Well, they're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on 4th and goal, but they're going for it. They'll go for it with Edmonds. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The running play does not work from the 5 on 4th and goal. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
At the 19-yard line.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
It's a pickup.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
22-yard line.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
George Kittle is easily one of the elite tight ends in the NFL. Back-to-back seasons of 88 and 85 catches. We just saw another one right there. Anytime he lines up on the field, you better treat him as a primary receiver and make sure you have a second guy in the vicinity to try and cover it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A gain of 6 there on first.
45-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Devontae Campbell. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Completes it to Samuel. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 42. Garoppolo able to find Samuel there for a Niners first down.
And Deebo Samuel's another one of those young receivers that not only looks like a running back, but plays like one after the catch. And he had one of the best seasons among 2019's rookie receivers. Just over 800 yards receiving, but by the time the playoffs hit, he'd become WR1 for the 49ers. And now with the departure of Emmanuel Sanders, that should give him even more looks. Look for him to catch the ball downfield and also take it out of the backfield.
Solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And that's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Completes it to Coleman. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Raheem Mostert averaged 5.6 yards per carry last year. That was 2nd in the NFL. So it's safe to say that it paid off that he patterned his work ethic after his hero Frank Gore, the former 49er. That's a guy who really shows you how to go out and get it done each and every day. Raheem Mostert patterned him and had a breakout season in 2019 with the 49ers.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 16, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end Kittle. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Brings up the Niners on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker Jordan Hicks. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
Intercepted by the Cardinals.
No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Edmonds. And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. Chase Edmonds taking it in. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pads?
It means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
The attention shifts back to Jimmy Garoppolo and the NFC champs. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll look to Mostert to start things out. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Garoppolo again. And his throw is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
Goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll run with Mostert, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. This will be caught at about the 6. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They'll try it now with Mostert, and he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And this Cardinal defense comes up with a goal line stand. Here's Murray back near his goal line. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
But even I can figure out that DeAndre Hopkins is clearly one of the best receivers in the game. Over the last 3 seasons, over 1,100 yards in each season. And don't forget, defenses have been keying on him each and every snap. This guy produces no matter what the situation, no matter what the coverage. Just find him and get him the football.
Going deep for Hopkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Going deep for Hopkins. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Incomplete. Brings up fourth down.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They do go for it. It's Murray. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead.
Cardinals 7.
And that one will go down in the books as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. So how about the turn of events there at the end of the half?
This is one where you go charging into your locker room having collected 3 points you didn't expect to get. And you look across the field and you see guys kind of pointing fingers at each other like, dude, how'd you turn it over and make us give up 3 right there?
So we've reached halftime. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little, kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter.
At the 26-yard line.
He'll have a first down past the 40. He's got it to Williams. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 7.
Normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
The ball carrier.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Murray. He finds Hopkins complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Arizona.
Murray now on first down. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Throwing on first down is Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. Then he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
1st and 10 at their own 10.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. The Cards going nickel, an extra defensive back out there now on third down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete.
Garoppolo's pass intended.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
37 yards on the punt with no return, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. And we remind you, lots more to come here in this opening weekend of the Return to Football 2020. Coming up later tonight, it's the national debut of SoFi Stadium in Southern California. The Cowboys and the Rams doing battle there. And then 2 more to finish off the week on Monday Night Football. The Steelers and Giants from MetLife Stadium, and the Titans and Broncos from Mile High.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down.
And DeAndre Hopkins with another catch, and let's face it, when Arizona made this trade, there had to be no one happier than quarterback Kyler Murray, who had been pushing his management to draft his college teammate C.D. Lamb out of Oklahoma. But when they made the trade for DeAndre Hopkins, they didn't need to do that anymore. This guy's an all-pro receiver. He's been the top 3 in receptions the last 2 seasons. And now with Larry Fitzgerald already there, and you add DeAndre Hopkins, the possibilities endless for the Arizona Cardinals in the passing game.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Alexander.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2.
Third.
Able to find Isabella. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Touchdown, Arizona.
From 19 yards away. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play there for the Niners. 46 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Now Garoppolo lost the football.
Jimmy Garoppolo sacked. A fumble on the play.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter.
Robbie Gould on for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
And Gould is able to put it through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
On the return, the Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On second down, this is Edmonds. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On second down, Edmonds. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Taken down.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
The ball carrier.
The Niners on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Here's Mostert. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first.
The ball carrier.
Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
A 30-yard attempt.
The kick by Gold is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th.
16. Cardinals 14.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 36 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Gold to add the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
San Francisco.
On the return, Andy Isabella. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And it'll bring up 3rd down. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there, tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he can make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And the ball is knocked out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game. At this stage in the fourth, they needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all.
After reviewing the play, the running on the field is reversed.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a two-score deficit. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to do what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Well, this is caught by Williams. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
To throw is Murray, and that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Max Williams there to make the grab. And the Cardinals capitalize on the fumble as they turn it into 6.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the two-point conversion.
And the 49er hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
From the 40 now on second down. Garoppolo, and he is going to be taken down. They got him, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
It's now third down.
That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
At the 21-yard line. It's a pickup at 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Once again, it's Mostert. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
So much of the 49ers' success last season was due to tight end George Kittle, the NFL's all-pro tight end in 2019. If you want to start a debate, ask the question, is he the best tight end in the game? Or is it Kansas City's Travis Kelce? Maybe they're 1A and 1B. In any event, Kittle had 107 catches last season, his 2nd straight 1,000-yard season, and he's a threat anywhere on the field, especially as you get closer to the goal line.
Now Gould for the extra point. makes it a 9-point game. That time, a 6-play drive. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down by 9. 65 seconds remaining. And a catch made by Hopkins.
Murray's pass.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
And the Cardinal.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He's going to let it fly. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Pass rusher extraordinaire, Dee Ford that time getting the sack. And that is incomplete. The linebacker Fred Warner right there on the coverage.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.